All right, audio sync in 4,
Whoa,
3,
whoa,
2.
Whoa. I'm not even on my chair yet.
Are you wearing sweatpants?
They're warm-up pants and they're Nikes.
We're filming your special birthday party book tag, and you wear clothes like you're going to a strip club right now.
You're lucky I'm wearing clothes at all. It's my birthday. I could be in my birthday suit.
Now would not be the time to go to the strip club anyway.
And welcome to the stage, Miss Corona.
Put on this mask before I dance for you.
Here's some hand sanitizer.
That's way too valuable to waste on a stripper.
She's like, oh, I have my own. It has glitter in it.
Now that we've officially scared away half the audience, welcome to the CodeX Cantina.
I am Birthday Boy.
All right, so welcome to our first official tag. Krypto's birthday here is hitting in the middle of this pandemic, and it's unfortunate that we can't spend time hang out together in person. So we're putting this tag together to kind of celebrate virtually, and we're hoping some other people can have some fun and kind of share in that joy, not necessarily just for Krypto, but for all of those people that are locked up right now and maybe just wanting a little socialization time. Let's have some fun, socially responsible and distant fun on the internet with our very first We Ain't Getting Any Younger book tag.
It's exciting.
So I kind of wrote these as like the old man birthday card jokes, where it's kind of like, you know, ribbing you at how old you're getting. Number 1, while it's proven too many birthdays can kill you, the amount of cake we can eat is still under debate. Name the most recent book that gave you a sugar/book high.
So you know I always cheat on these.
Always do.
And 1, I didn't read it. And 2, it's not a full-fledged book. It's a short story. So you get these free, with Audible, you get the free Audible exclusive stuff, and you get 2 a month. And so a few months ago, many months ago, I got one of the free ones, and it was called The Adventures of Tom Stranger, Interdimensional Insurance Agent. And
that sounds like a Kurt Vonnegut novel right there.
And it was amazing.
Okay.
One of the Baldwins did the voices, and he just knocks it out of the park. And maybe that's what I loved so much were his voices, but it has sound effects, and I really enjoyed. It's kind of a sci-fi mystery, cowboy western, I don't know, Star Wars-y type adventure, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
You said you didn't read it, but you did the audiobook of it.
Well, there's only audio, I think, because it's Audible exclusive.
I think audiobooks count as reading. Like, you get credit for that. All right, number 2. Sometimes we get older and wider instead of older and wiser. Name the longest book you've ever read.
So, I have not read the Bible cover to cover, so I don't think I can count that one. I studied a lot of the Bible. I've read a lot of the Bible, so studying and reading it, not in its entirety, I'm not going to count it. And plus, I think that one's maybe a little too cliche. So I'll go with a book I know I read, and I always encourage my students to read, and that is Roots by Alex Haley.
Oh, that is a solid selection, my friend. Good choice, good choice.
Yeah, and I read that in 6th grade for the first time. I've actually read it. I've read it 3 times, but the very first time I read it in 6th grade, and I did a diorama project on it with a little ship, and
Okay, hang on. You can't trick us. We see you in your sweatpants. We know you're not that guy. Come on.
My mom helped with anything. She can comment down below. I got 3rd place on my diorama.
Hi, Mrs. Krypto. All right, the best part about pictures is that they're always a younger version of you. Name a book that you enjoyed more the first time you read it than the second. And if you've never reread, why not?
So I'm going to give my quick answer, and this one's obvious because it's in one of our other videos, and then I'm going to actually ask you the question to get you a little bit involved, and that's Wizard in Glass. I definitely enjoyed that one a lot more the first time that I read it than this go through. So what would you pick?
My pick might actually... I'll do the opposite. I'm afraid to reread this book because of this, and that's The Catcher in the Rye. I'm afraid if I reread it, I'm going to do nothing but judge, hold, and be like, you little shit, get your act together. But meanwhile, when I was a teenager reading The Catcher in the Rye, I was like, oh yeah, you beat that man.
Okay, so you're afraid your nostalgia will break you.
Oh yeah, I love that book, and I'm absolutely terrified that I would hate it if I were to reread it, because I know I would be judgy Una reading Holden from an old man perspective.
I did have a one other answer that I kind of the similar. So there's a 4-book series called Superpowereds by Drew Hayes. My wife and I, we listened to it on the first one because it's like 20 hours on a car trip. And I'm actually afraid to read it because Kyle McCarley does the voices and he is phenomenal. Probably like the best book voice actor I've ever heard. He makes the characters come alive, and I'm actually scared to read the book because I don't think I will enjoy it as much because I can't imagine those voices perfectly in my head the way that he does all the people's voices in the story.
Okay. Kind of like when like a movie is so good, but you don't want to read the book because you're like...
Or vice versa, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, number 4. As you get older, you must learn to never skip a bathroom break before jumping in a car ride. Name a book you read in very few sittings.
So this one is, we go back to our tried and true example that get mentioned every single tag video, it seemed. We get a Harry Potter book. I read The Half-Blood Prince the first time through in 2 sittings.
Okay.
I got it at midnight at a midnight release party, ran home, read it for 7.5 hours, fell asleep, woke back up, got some breakfast, and stayed in my bed the rest of the day and finished it.
Mine would be Ready Player One. And I remember actually going to the bathroom, holding the book as I'm walking, not even like looking away to like find the door handle. Like I'm groping for the door handle to get in and use the bathroom while still reading the book.
How did you wash your hands?
Number 5, don't let old age get you down because it's harder to get back up these days. Name a book you had to put down and why.
Okay, so I have 2 answers here and stories for both of them. And one is kind of a cheat answer, so that's why I got you the second answer. The first one is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. And we were in Canada. My family was vacationing, and we went to a bookstore in the mall. And there was this rack that said free books. And I was like, well, yeah. And so I took one, and I bought other books and stuff, but they gave away, it was a thing from like the publishing company and I didn't realize that it was a gimmick that they were doing. So get in the car, looking through my books. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start this free book, Eye of the World. And it has really cool picture on the front of it, of Moraine, the sorceress, and all this good stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I read the book, start reading the book, and I absolutely fall in love with it. And I read it like all the rest of the night, and it's half the book. I didn't know that.
Oh,
they give you half the. So it was a marketing ploy by Tor, the company that publishes that book, to where they gave you half the book for free. So I told my mom, I was like, we got to go back to the bookstore, and she's like, well, we're leaving today. I was like, I need the rest of that book. And because they leave you like on a cliffhanger of what's happening with Rand, the main character. And so we went to the mall and went to the bookstore before we started driving home so I could buy the rest of the book or buy the full version of the book.
So you didn't technically put it down, but you had to put it down because it was inclete.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your cheat answer. What's your real answer?
So my real answer is, strangely enough, sort of a cheat one too. So I'm putting the 2 cheats together. Is Path of Daggers, which is another book by Robert Jordan in the Wheel of Time series. So it's the same series as The Eye of the World. But in college, super poor, I split the book and bought the hardbound book for like $30 from, what was the place called? It's not Barnes & Noble. Hastings. No, Hastings.
Yeah, I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't exist anymore, but they had books and movies and DVDs and CDs and all that stuff. And the books were like $35 or something, and that was a lot of money in college. So me and my roommate Dan, we split it, and he took it home with him on vacation. And I was like halfway through, and he took the book to read it, and he didn't know I hadn't finished the book. And so I had to wait till he came back from vacation. I think it was like Easter break or something. So
Still kind of cheating. All right, number 6. Age isn't how long you've been alive, it's how many lives you've lived. What book genres have you been wanting to try outside of your current comfort zone?
I think I would like to try poetry. I suck at poetry, and I need to learn how to appreciate it because I dog on it all the time. And that's not fair because poetry is one of the best ways that people express themselves. And so many people love poetry and they love writing poetry. And it's something that I struggle with and don't understand.
You do tease that all the time. It's out of insecurity that you tease it.
Exactly. Of course. Yeah.
Wow.
I always joke when I feel threatened.
Number 7, life gets worse the older you get. Luckily, you don't have much left. Name a book that slowly turned sour for you, but you finished anyways. Were you glad you stuck it out?
So I don't know if this one started good or was ever good, but it definitely turned super sour. And I'm glad I stuck it out because it's one that really teaches you about humanity, and that is The Boy Who Was Raised as a Dog. So that was suggested to me by my sister-in-law, and read that book, and it is heartbreaking, and it's not a positive book. It shows you the worst of humanity, and that's something that you can learn from.
Is that what it's called? The Boy Who Was Raised as a Dog?
I think that's the title.
It's a very specific title. It's not a title you say, and people are like, I wonder what that's about.
Raised as a dog. Yeah.
Number 8, peer pressure seems to decrease as you get older. Where did all of your friends go? Name a book that you checked out because of peer pressure. Were you happy to have tried it?
Again, I'm going to cheat. And when I was a waiter in college and a little bit after college, we had to read books in order to become a key. Or become a head server so you can make a little bit more money, or you could get the best sections that had better tables or whatever, bigger tables, so you have bigger parties, make more money. And so they forced us to read. Well, they didn't force us. They're like, hey, if you want to be the head server or you want to be a key and make more money, you're going to read these books and do these trainings and take these tests and blah, blah, blah. And so there were 2 books that they suggested, and one was The 5 People You Will Meet in Heaven, and the other was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I know those are both supposed to be kind of like life-changing, but because I was being forced into them to literally change my life or change my monetary gain in life, I was kind of resentful of them. And I didn't get a lot out of them, I think, as other people would. Like, I know people are like, oh my God, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Like, people tout that book that it's life-changing and that you will, be a better boss, or you'll be a better employee, or you'll be a better husband, or you'll be a better father, or whatever. And I'm just like, eh.
The stigma of assigned reading, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, number 9, friends don't let friends get older alone. Tag some people. So please, guys, please help us celebrate Krypto, who is alone in his house celebrating his 40th birthday.
I have a wife. I'm not alone.
Well, he is less surrounded by people now than any birthday potentially in his past, which is unfortunate for the big 40th birthday. So just know that many people out there still love you. We just love you from afar.
Oh, thank you.
So we are going to tag the twins, Deanie and Pints. We're going to tag Michael Nip, Rajathon, and Scott from Book Invasion. We're tagging Sean, the Book Maniac. We love his tags. And Noah from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse for the lovely Tolstoy Triggered project that we're doing with him. No birthday, internet birthday, YouTube birthday would be complete without Brian from Bookish and Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics. And we're going to invite Hannah from Hannah's Books to come along as well. We're going to have Casey, Lost in a Bookcase, Christy Lewis, Seeking Stories, Sonia, Rambling Raconteur, Jen from Remembered Reads, Lucas from Bits of Wit, Fifth Elliott. Let's invite all of our BookTube friends over and celebrate Krypto's big 40th birthday and tell him how much we appreciate him from afar.
Thanks, guys.
All right, actually, last thing before we go, Krypto, check your email real quick.
I got my power bill.
Congratulations, we're charging you for power.
Aww. We would have gave you the gift of Audible 3-month gold gift membership. Oh, you'd have to do that, man.
As a gift from the internet, paid for only by me on the internet, to you, happy birthday.
So we need more subscribers, so please subscribe so we can get some ad revenue so we can pay for stuff like this. Or we can be sponsored by Audible. If you work for Audible, please sponsor us. I'll plug your stuff. I'll sell my body for anything. I'm 40. What do I have? What do I care?
Even for a pair of good jeans so he can get out of those sweatpants.
They're warm-up pants and they're Nikes. They're probably like $100.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out our video today. If you enjoy having fun tag videos like this and literature breakdowns, please consider subscribing and joining us on this journey. I am not the birthday boy, but peace out.
Peace out.